brothers and my sisters, hear me today. Pain. It is the one thing that every single one of us will experience. It is not a respecter of persons. It does not check your background, your bank account, or your plans. Pain will knock on your door, sometimes invited, sometimes unexpected. But one thing is for sure, pain will change you. The question is not whether pain will come. The question is, will you let it make you or break you? See, pain is not your enemy. It is your greatest teacher. Some of the most profound lessons in life don't come from comfort, they come from crushing. They come from the moments when you felt like giving up, but God was strengthening you, stretching you, preparing you for what's next. Pain reveals your purpose. When life knocks you down, when betrayal hits you, when disappointment shakes you, that is when you start seeing what really matters. Some of you have been praying for direction, but God has been answering you through the very pain you've been trying to avoid. Pain forces growth. You can't stay the same after pain. It will either shape you or shatter you, and the decision is yours. You don't get to choose whether you will face hardship, but you do get to choose how you respond to it. Will you allow it to elevate you, or will you let it enslave you? Pain. It is one of the most powerful forces in life. It is unavoidable, unpredictable, and undeniable. No matter who you are, where you come from, or what you have, pain will find you. It does not ask for permission, nor does it wait for an invitation. It enters your life like an unannounced storm, shaking everything you thought was stable. But listen to me, pain is not just here to hurt you, it is here to teach you. Pain is a teacher like no other. There are lessons in pain that no book can teach, no mentor can explain, and no amount of success can substitute. Pain introduces you to truths that you could have never learned in comfort. When everything is going well, we often move through life on autopilot. We assume we know enough, we assume we are strong enough, and we assume we are in control. But pain comes to remind us that there are levels to strength, depths to wisdom, and dimensions to endurance that we have not yet reached. Some of the greatest breakthroughs in history came from the classroom of pain. Look at the most successful people in the world, business leaders, world changers, pioneers, and visionaries. You will find that they were all taught by pain. Some were betrayed, some lost everything, some were rejected, some faced failure after failure. But it was in those painful moments that they learned what comfort could never teach. They learned resilience. They learned strategy. They learned how to rise when everything was against them. They learned who they truly were when the pressure was on. Pain teaches you about people. Oh yes, pain will show you who is truly with you and who is just along for the ride. When you are winning, when life is easy, people will gather around. They will celebrate you, praise you, and act like they are loyal. But let pain show up and suddenly the crowd gets smaller. Suddenly the ones who said they would always be there start disappearing. Pain reveals the truth. It shows you who is genuine, who is temporary, and who is necessary for your journey. Pain teaches you about yourself. There are strengths inside of you that you do not even know exist until pain pushes you to find them. You don't know how much you can endure until life forces you to endure. You don't know how creative, how resourceful, how determined you are until you have no other choice but to fight through. Pain pushes you past your perceived limits. It teaches you that the boundaries you thought you had were nothing more than illusion. You are stronger than you think. You are wiser than you know. You are built for more than you have been living. But you will never fully understand that unless pain forces you to see it. Pain teaches you purpose. Some of the most powerful movements, businesses, and ministries were birthed from pain. There are people who found their life's calling not in success, but in suffering. The pain of losing a loved one turned into a mission to help others who are grieving. The pain of being abandoned as a child turned into a calling to mentor and support young people who feel lost. The pain of struggling financially turned into a passion to teach financial literacy to others. Sometimes pain is the very thing that unlocks your destiny. Pain also teaches you to appreciate life. There are things we take for granted until pain reminds us how fragile and precious they are. We don't appreciate health until sickness comes. We don't appreciate peace until chaos interrupts it. We don't appreciate love until we experience loss. Pain wakes us up. It shifts our perspective. It teaches us to value the things that truly matter. So, my brothers and sisters, do not despise pain. Do not curse the process. Pain may not feel good, but it is working for your good. It is shaping you, stretching you, and preparing you for greater. It is not here to destroy you. It is here to develop you. If you allow pain to teach you, you will come out wiser, stronger, and more powerful than you ever imagined. Pain reveals purpose in ways that nothing else can. It is a way of stripping away distractions, removing what is unnecessary, and forcing you to see what truly matters. When everything is going well, we often get comfortable. We settle into routines. We accept life as it is, and we stop questioning if we are truly living in alignment with what we were created to do. But when pain shows up, it disrupts that comfort. It shakes the foundation of what we thought was secure and forces us to confront the deeper questions of life. Why am I here? What am I meant to do? What truly matters? Many people wander through life without ever realizing their purpose because they have never been put in a position where they had to search for it. Pain has a way of making you search. It makes you reevaluate everything. It forces you to dig deep and find meaning in the middle of your suffering. Some of the most powerful leaders, inventors, and visionaries discovered their purpose not in moments of joy, but in seasons of hardship. They did not set out to change the world from a place of comfort. They were pushed into it by pain. Look at the stories of those who have made a difference in the world. So many of them were shaped by painful experiences. The woman who was abandoned as a child grew up to start an organization for orphans. The man who struggled with addiction turned his life around and became a mentor to help others break free. The entrepreneur who lost everything in bankruptcy built a company that now empowers people to create financial stability. The pain they endured was not meaningless. It revealed their purpose. Pain strips away the things that do not serve you. When you experience deep suffering, you begin to see what is truly important and what is not. The things that once held your attention, status, material possessions, empty relationships, begin to lose their power over you. Pain has a way of refining your vision, making it clearer, sharper, and more focused. It removes distractions and forces you to pay attention to what really matters. Some of the things you are chasing today would not even matter to you if you went through a painful season that made you rethink your priorities. Pain also reveals strength you didn't know you had. So often we underestimate ourselves. We think we are not strong enough, not capable enough, not worthy enough, but pain comes to prove otherwise. It puts you in situations where you have no choice but to rise. It pushes you past your limitations and into the reality of your true potential. You don't realize how much you can handle until you are forced to handle it. You don't realize how powerful you are until life puts weight on your shoulders and you realize you are still standing. That strength is a part of your purpose. You were created for more than just existing. You were created to make an impact. One of the most beautiful things about pain is that it connects you to others. Your struggles, your hardships, and your battles are not just for you. They equip you to help others who are going through the same thing. The things that hurt you the most often become the very things that give you the power to encourage, uplift, and transform lives. When you have been through something painful and come out on the other side, you don't just survive, you gain wisdom. You gain compassion. You gain the ability to see others who are hurting and say, I've been there, I understand, and I can help you through it. Pain is never wasted. It has a purpose. It is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to direct you. It is meant to push you into your destiny, to refine you, and to reveal what has been inside of you all along. If you allow it, pain will not just change you, it will guide you to your purpose. And that purpose will be greater than anything you could have imagined. Pain forces growth in ways that nothing else can. It does not give you the luxury of staying the same. It does not ask for your permission before it starts working on you. Pain is a force that pushes you beyond your limits, stretching you, shaping you, and refining you into something greater. Growth does not happen in comfort. It does not happen when everything is going well and life is easy. Growth happens in the struggle, in the pressure, in the moments when you feel like you cannot take another step, but somehow you do. Growth requires discomfort. Every time you have grown in your life, there was a level of pain attached to it. Think about it. When a child grows, they experience growing pains. When an athlete builds muscle, they endure the pain of training, pushing their body beyond its limits. When a student pursues higher education, they struggle through sleepless nights, difficult exams, and countless hours of studying. Growth has always required a level of suffering, but that suffering is never in vain. It is producing something greater within you. Pain forces you to evolve. You cannot go through hardship and remain the same. It will either make you bitter or it will make you better. It will either destroy you or it will develop you. The choice is yours. Some people experience pain and allow it to break them. They allow it to make them angry, resentful, and full of fear. But others take that same pain and use it as fuel. They use it as a lesson, a stepping stone, a tool to make them strong. Pain has the power to shape you, but you must decide how it will shape you. Will you let it crush you, or will you let it build you? Some of the greatest leaders, inventors, and visionaries went through painful seasons that forced them to grow. They did not wake up one day and suddenly become successful. They endured rejection, failure, betrayal, and loss. But instead of letting those experiences destroy them, they allowed them to refine them. They learned from their pain. They adapted, they adjusted, they grew. And because of that growth, they reached levels they never would have achieved if they had stayed in their comfort zone. Pain forces you to develop new strengths. There are skills, abilities, and levels of endurance within you that you have not yet discovered. You do not know how strong you truly are until life forces you to be strong. You do not know how resilient you are until you have no other choice but to keep going. Pain reveals parts of yourself that you never knew existed. It teaches you to navigate through hardship, to think differently, to move differently, and to survive in ways you never imagined. Some of the greatest innovations and ideas in history were born out of pain. People who lost everything had to get creative. People who were rejected had to build something new. People who were abandoned had to learn how to stand on their own. Pain may hurt, but it also transforms. Pain also forces emotional and spiritual growth. When you go through hardship, it makes you reevaluate what you truly believe. It makes you question your faith, your values, and your priorities. But in that questioning, you grow. You develop a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. Pain teaches you empathy. It allows you to understand the suffering of others because you have experienced suffering yourself. It humbles you. It reminds you that life is fragile, that nothing is guaranteed, and that every moment is a gift. Pain teaches you patience, endurance, and gratitude in ways that success never could. Pain will come, but you must decide what to do with it. Will you allow it to break you, or will you let it build you? Will you run from it, or will you grow through it? Every challenge, every struggle, every hardship is an opportunity for growth. If you can embrace that truth, then pain will not just change you, it will transform you into the person you were always meant to be. Pain separates the real from the fake. It has a way of exposing truth, revealing motives, and showing you who and what truly belongs in your life. When everything is good, when the sun is shining, when success is flowing, it is easy to be surrounded by people. Smiles are everywhere, praise is abundant, and everyone seems to be in your corner. But let pain enter your life, let hardship hit, let trouble come knocking at your door, and you will quickly see a shift. The ones who were loud in celebration suddenly grow quiet in your suffering. The ones who clap for you in good times may not even check on you in bad times. Pain does not just hurt, it clarifies. It strips away the illusions and forces you to see who and what is real. Pain reveals true relationships. Some people are only in your life because of what you can do for them. They are there for the benefits, the access, the opportunities. They enjoy the blessings but will not endure the burdens. These are the people who disappear the moment struggle shows up. When you lose your status, when your resources dry up, when you are no longer at the top, they vanish. They were never truly there for you. They were there for what you provided. Pain removes these people from your life, and though it may hurt, it is a blessing. It is better to know who is truly with you before you invest more of yourself into relationships that were never built to last. Pain also reveals true friendships. The ones who remain when everything is falling apart, the ones who show up when you have nothing left to give, those are the ones who truly belong in your life. Real friends do not run when trouble comes. They do not disappear when you are struggling. They stand by you even when there is no personal benefit to them. They sit with you in your pain. They encourage you when you are weak. They remind you of your strength when you feel like giving up. Pain introduces you to the people who are truly meant to walk with you into your future. Pain also separates the real from the fake within yourself. It reveals your true character, your true faith, your true strength. When life is easy, it is simple to say you have faith, to believe in yourself, to speak about perseverance. But when pain arrives, when trials come, that is when the real you is exposed. Will you stand firm or will you crumble? Will you hold on to your values or will you compromise? Will you trust the process or will you give up? Pain forces you to confront yourself. It strips away the pretenses, the masks, the surface level confidence, and shows you exactly where you stand. And though it may be uncomfortable, it is necessary for your growth. Pain also removes unnecessary distractions from your life. There are things you may be holding on to that are not serving you. Habits, mindsets, environments, some of these things are keeping you from reaching your full potential. Pain has a way of shaking things up, forcing you to reevaluate what truly matters. Sometimes pain pushes you out of places you were never meant to stay. It ends relationships that were not meant to last. It closes doors that were not meant for you. And though at the moment it may feel like loss, in reality, it is making room for something greater. Pain purifies, it refines. It tests everything and everyone in your life. It removes the weak, the fake, the unnecessary, and leaves behind only what is true, what is strong, what is real. Do not despise the painful seasons of your life. They are not there to destroy you. They are there to reveal to you what is truly worth holding on to. If you allow it, pain will not just change you, it will clear the path for you to step into something greater. Pain pushes you out of your comfort zone. It does not allow you to remain stagnant, to settle, or to live beneath your potential. Comfort feels good, but it can also be a trap. It can make you complacent, satisfied with mediocrity, and unaware of the greatness within you. Pain disrupts that comfort. It forces you to move, to stretch, to grow in ways you never would have if everything had stayed easy. You may not like it, but pain is often the very thing that propels you into your next level. Growth does not happen in comfort. If you stay in the same place, doing the same thing, surrounding yourself with the same people, you will never experience transformation. But pain has a way of shaking up your entire world. It forces you to step beyond what is familiar. It challenges you to think differently, to act differently, and to become someone greater than you were before. Some of the most powerful shifts in life happened because pain made them necessary. Think about the times in your life when you truly changed. Was it when everything was easy? Was it when everything was going according to plan? Or was it when you were struggling, hurting, and forced to adapt? Pain is a catalyst. It pushes you toward the unknown, toward growth, toward something bigger than you imagine. Many people would have never started that business, written that book, or pursued that dream if pain had not pushed them to do so. Sometimes Pain is the only thing strong enough to make you take a step you were too afraid to take on your own. Pain pushes you to take risks. When you have been broken, disappointed, or stripped of your security, you begin to see life differently. You start to realize that staying in the same place out of fear is not really living. Pain forces you to reevaluate your choices. It makes you ask yourself, why am I still here? Why am I holding back? Why am I settling? And once you start asking those questions, you start moving. You start reaching for more. You start stepping into the unknown because you realize that staying the same is no longer an option. Pain also removes the illusion of control. When everything is comfortable, we like to believe we have everything figured out. We plan our lives, we predict our future, and we assume things will always stay the same. But when pain shows up, when life shifts in unexpected ways, it reminds us that we are not in control. And as difficult as that realization may be, it is also freeing. Because once you let go of the need to control everything, you open yourself up to possibilities you never considered before. You stop holding back. You stop waiting for the perfect moment. You take action. You take chances, and you allow life to lead you into something greater. Pain also forces you to adapt. When you are comfortable, you do not see the need to change. But when pain disrupts your life, you have no choice but to adjust. You learn new skills, you develop new strategies, you discover new strengths. You become more resourceful, more resilient, more creative. Pain does not just push you, it transforms you. It molds you into someone who can handle whatever life throws your way. It teaches you that you are capable of more than you ever thought possible. If you are in a season of pain right now, do not resist it, do not run from it. Let it push you, let it move you forward. Let it take you beyond your comfort zone and into the life you were meant to live. Comfort may feel safe, but it will never lead to greatness. Pain, though difficult, is often the very thing that sets you free. If you allow it, pain will not just change you, it will push you into your destiny. Pain fuels transformation. It does not leave you the same. It does not come into your life without leaving a mark, without shaping you into someone different than you were before. Pain has a way of breaking down what no longer serves you, stripping away old versions of yourself and forcing you to step into something new. It is not just a teacher, it is a sculptor. It molds you, refines you, and rebuilds you into something stronger, wiser, and more powerful. Transformation does not happen in ease. It does not happen when everything is going smoothly, when life is predictable, when the road is clear. No, transformation happens in the fire. It happens when you are tested, when you are stretched, when you are forced to confront the deepest parts of yourself. It happens when the old you is no longer enough for the challenges in front of you. And you must evolve into something greater. That is what pain does. It forces evolution. It demands growth. It insists that you become more than you were before. Pain is a refiner's fire. Just like gold is purified through intense heat, pain burns away the impurities in your life. It removes the fear, the doubt, the insecurities that have held you back. It strips away the false identities, the unhealthy attachments, the limiting beliefs that have kept you from walking in your true power. It is painful, yes, but it is also necessary. Because without that fire, you would remain the same. You would stay stuck in old patterns, old mindsets, old limitations. Pain is not your enemy. It is the force that is shaping you into who you were always meant to be. Pain also shifts your perspective. It changes the way you see the world, the way you see yourself, the way you see your future. When you have suffered, you no longer take things for granted. You begin to appreciate life differently. You see the value in the little things. You understand the importance of resilience, of gratitude, of perseverance. Pain has a way of opening your eyes to things you never noticed before. It makes you more aware, more intentional, more focused on what truly matters. Pain is also the birthplace of strength. You do not become strong without being tested. You do not develop endurance without struggle. Every great warrior, every great leader, every great visionary has been shaped by pain. They did not rise to greatness because life was easy. They rose because life was hard, and they refused to let that hardship break them. They used their pain as fuel. They turned their wounds into wisdom, their struggles into stepping stones, their hardships into platforms for impact. Pain forces you to shed the old and step into the new. Sometimes you outgrow your current season, but you are too afraid to move forward. You hold on to the familiar even when it no longer serves you. You cling to what is comfortable even when you know you are meant for more. Pain comes to disrupt that. It comes to shake things up, to push you forward, to make sure you do not stay where you do not belong. It forces you to step into the next version of yourself. And though the process may be difficult, the transformation is always worth it. Pain is not an ending, it is a beginning. It is not meant to destroy you, it is meant to create something new within you. It is the force that prepares you for your purpose, that equips you for your destiny, that builds you into the person you were born to be. If you allow it, pain will not just change you, it will transform you in ways you never imagined. Embrace the process, trust the journey, and know that on the other side of pain is something greater than you ever dreamed possible. Pain will change us, but how it changes us is up to us. It can break us or it can build us. It can make us bitter or it can make us better. It can leave us stuck in suffering or it can push us into transformation. Pain is not the enemy, it is the catalyst. It is the fire that refines, the storm that strengthens, the pressure that produces growth. It strips away what is weak, exposes what is real, and forces us to step into our true potential. We cannot run from pain. We cannot avoid hardship, but we can choose how we respond. We can choose to let it shape us into something greater. We can choose to learn from it, to grow through it, to let it push us into our destiny. The most powerful transformations happen not in comfort, but in struggle. The greatest strength is born not in ease, but in adversity. So if you are facing pain right now, do not despair. Do not let it define you. Let it develop you. Do not let it break you, let it build you. Your pain is not a sign of your defeat, it is a sign of your transformation. Keep pushing, keep growing, keep believing. Because on the other side of this pain is a version of you that is stronger, wiser, and ready to step into everything you were created to be.